The next drill is our rushers drill. As opposed to a coach in pocket wave moving us, now we're going to react to two rushers. The rushers will give us one of two responses. They'll either rush hard up the field or they'll come up and under. The quarterback wants to keep his eyes down the field but feel the rush. We're trying to train the quarterback to feel it but not to look at it. If both rushers come high, the quarterback should step up in the pocket, and when the coach says throw it, throw it. When one of the rushers comes underneath, the quarterback now implements his pocket mechanics and now steps with his outside leg and gets outside, still staying in the throwing position and making the throw in the pocket. Our next drill is called Run for Your Life. This simulates a free rusher coming through towards the quarterback as he's dropping. If I'm a right-handed quarterback and a free rusher comes up and underneath me in my drop, I'm now going to escape to the perimeter. Once to the perimeter, we utilize our throwing on the run mechanics of running at the target. When we see the target open, we now stutter our feet, point our front shoulder, and get the ball high before we throw. If the free rusher comes from our backside, once I feel him, I am now going to reverse out and get my head around as fast as I can, escape the pocket, and get into my throwing on the run mechanics then. Our next drill is the scramble drill. So in scramble drill, the quarterback will drop back, plant, and now he will run through the bags, which are set up in a zigzag shape. This is just to simulate stepping through bodies and having to weave his way through the pocket, but always maintaining his vision down the field. As always, we want to have two hands through the pocket. At any time that the coach puts his hands up and says throw, the quarterback must now hit his throwing leg and let the ball go. We don't want him to take 2 or 3 steps. So he might get all the way through the bags, he might do it immediately. Our next drill is called up and out. And what the up and out drill simulates is a quarterback dropping in the pocket, a high rusher coming free, him stepping up with 2 hands, sometimes having to evade the hand of the defensive end, and as he steps up, the pocket's been pushed and he must now get outside the pocket. So the quarterback on the up and out drill will take a 5-step drop, the rusher will come high, he'll step up, he'll get out of the pocket. It's important when you get out of the pocket that you now, because you stepped up, get depth and get into your throwing on the run mechanics. Our next drill is called the shield drill. And the shield drill, all it's doing is trying to train our quarterback that as he goes to throw and he feels pressure, we want him to always throw even though something might flash in his face. At the same time, once he's been hit, we want the quarterback to give with pressure. So in the shield drill, the coach will be down the field, giving him a stimulus of when to throw. And as he takes his drop and throws the football, he'll throw, get hit with the shield, and we just ask him to give a little bit of ground so he doesn't hurt himself. The next drill that we do to simulate responding to the rush is called crazy throw drill. We do this maybe once a week. But it's a fun drill for the quarterbacks. It builds arm strength. But all 2 quarterbacks do is they pair up, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to practice throwing off my back leg, throwing off my front leg, throwing, falling down, jumping and throwing. And we want to just have already practiced every throw we might ever make. Our final drill is our sprint out drill, and we'll work it from under center and from the gun. When I'm sprinting out to my right from under center, I want to open at a 45-degree angle and sprint for 5 yards. I've got to gain depth away from the line of scrimmage. Once I hit that 5-yard mark at 45 degrees, I'm now going to sprint on a straight line and get outside the pocket. Okay, once I've gotten outside the pocket, I now start to accelerate towards my target, head downhill, and now get into my proper throwing on the fundamentals of when it's time to throw, stutter my feet, point my front shoulder, and get the ball high. So there's really 3 phases when we teach the sprint out. There's getting away from the line of scrimmage for 5 yards, there's the leveling off, and now we want to get downhill and get into our throwing on the run mechanics. When going to the left, the only difference is instead of opening at a 45 to my throwing hand, I'm now going to open steeper at a 70-degree angle and give myself a little bit more depth so I can attack at the target.